This news program is proudly brought to you by Paradise Foods, celebrating 90 years in PNG.
Air New Guinea and PNG Air urged to settle outstanding debt to NAC. Bulolo District launched 5-year development plan. And House of Representatives host Women in Leadership Retreat. A very good evening. This is Friday's news. I'm Godwin Eki. Thank you for joining us. Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Walter Schnobelt has urged the airline operators Air New Guinea and PNG Air to settle their outstanding debt with the National Airport Corporation. It was revealed that one of the airline operators owes NAC millions of kina over the years.
Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Walter Schnobelt has announced that he is fully aware of Air New Guinea's legacy debts, as well as the recently accumulated debts of over 120 million kina owed to the National Airports Corporation. In May of this year, the issue of Air New Guinea Limited legacy debts became a subject of a deed of settlement that obligated Air New Guinea to pay off a certain level of monies owing. However, over the course of the year, the balance of those legacy debts and the current charges has accumulated to a significant amount. NAC is in dialogue with Air New Guinea Limited management to amicably resolve the outstanding debts. Minister Schnobelt expressed concerns on the continuous delayed payments of these charges that are necessary and critical to maintain safe operations of aircraft operating in respective NAC airports. He stated that given the refleeting program of Air New Guinea, which involves introduction of heavier aircraft, the impact on existing aircraft pavement and passenger facilities will be significant. Therefore, operators such as Air New Guinea and PNG Air make timely payment of the aeronautical charges in order to sustain safety of aircraft operations into NAC-controlled airports. He further emphasized that these charges are mandated under the Civil Aviation Act and are levied on the traveling public and collected by the operators. The minister revealed that he has instructed NAC management to pursue all necessary means to ensure operators pay these charges in a timely manner, including third-party involvement such as International Air Transport Association. Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
PNG made history by exhibiting financial support of 20 million kina to Tonga, Cook Islands and the Republic of Vanuatu, according to the Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso, who attended the 52nd Pacific Island Forum Leaders Meeting held in Rarotonga, Cook Islands this week. To exemplify on the importance of regional integration, cooperation and fostering of goodwill and solidarity to the PIF family of nations, 10 million kina was given to the Republic of Vanuatu for development assistance, 5 million kina to Tonga for budgetary support, and another 5 million kina to Cook Islands for humanitarian aid. Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso further stated that the governments are making sure funding support is given to our fellow Pacific Islands, as we have a collaborative responsibility and share common challenges. Prime Minister James Marape has urged people in all the districts and provinces in the country not to depend on their leaders or put them under pressure by asking for personal favors, but to support them in developing their districts for the betterment of everyone. He made these statements at the official launching of the Bulolo District's Development Plan 2023 to 2027 in Morobe Province.
Prime Minister James Marape said citizens must not ask what the districts and provinces can do for them, but see what they can do. He said it does not cost citizens anything to respect the rule of law and allow projects to go through. He said locals must not allow or ask for compensation money when a road or school is being built in their own districts, as these services are for their own benefit.
Now ask people 10,000, 20,000, 100,000. You rather have classroom than the 100,000 you want to do for residents. Is that okay? You're going to have the road into the area, then they'll know my compensation first. You were living the place for at that time. Why compensation? The road will unlock the economic potential of your rural and claim that you are in right now.
PM Marape reiterated that when an individual receives government funds for personal use through false, fake claims, the money that is supposed to be used for machinery and workmen is wasted and projects do not get completed and leaders get the blame. Prime Minister James Marape echoed these sentiments when formally opening the newly completed Golpu House, the new Bulolo district headquarters, the Zanag market and launching of the district's 5-year development plan at Mumang Station on Thursday in Ley Morobe province.
Going forward, every district including Bulolo, we have a minimum envelope of 100 billion. By 2027, during campaign, I will come around. And we will also put up to every, for public oversight right across the country, how much money, why can it transfer into a district, and all the provinces of the country may able to know.
He said during the late Basil Senior and his time as MP, not much money and or resources was allocated. But now, under the Marape Rosso government, 100 million kina is being allocated to the districts and urged the local MPs and their administration to responsibly utilize these funds. Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
Women in Leadership Retreat was hosted by the Joint Parliamentary Women's Caucus from the National Parliament and the Bougainville House of Representatives in Port Moresby today at the Hilton Hotel.
The Governor of National Capital District and Chairman of the Gender Equality and Women Empowerment Parliamentary Committee, Powers Pakop, said he will support the objectives of women advocates and their initiatives aimed at promoting gender equality, enhancing women's political participation, and eradicating gender-based violence.
The primary objectives are to advocate for gender equality, women's empowerment, women's political participation, and the eradication of gender-based violence. Women leaders from Bougainville House of Representatives and National Parliament, with the chairman of the Gender Equality and Women Empowerment Parliamentary Committee and also Governor for NCD, Powers Pakop, also attended this retreat. Governor Pakop, when stressing on the topic of gender equality and women's empowerment in PNG, said the national government is supporting the program of gender equality and women empowerment.
And I don't think we men will change this nation. I believe, we need to get the women up and they will change this nation together with us. Because the last 48 years has been men who have defined everything at a political level.
With the challenges women face today, including gender-based discrimination, violence, unequal access to resources and opportunity, and limited representation in leadership position, the Women in Leadership Parliamentary Committee believe that collective actions can overcome these obstacles. A women academic leader, Professor Betty Lovai, believes that women can lead as they are leading in the education arena.
And we had 56% of females graduated in law. School of Humanities and Social Science were the first to have more females graduating. As role models, you inspire young minds. As role models, you give them big ideas, and they can go beyond you.
Dalciana Samare Brush, who is a professional with a diverse and impactful career, believes that women can also lead in many arenas.
We've got Buckleys of being able to increase the number. We're about 52 or 53% of Papua New Guinea's population, women. And I think that's the other issue, data and science. How do we know?
The Gender Equality and Women Empowerment Parliamentary Committee pledged to actively engage with parliamentarians, the public and the media to heighten awareness about gender equality issues and foster a national discourse on women's rights and empowerment. Louis Maingu, National Emtv News.
President of Farmers and Settlers Association Wilson Thompson urged all the farmers across the country to start planting drought-resistant food crops so to prepare for the possible drought that will happen in the beginning of 2024 and continue into 2025.
Following the El Nino declaration made on the 19th of September this year by the Director for National Weather Service, Jimmy Gamoga, in Port Moresby, farmers have been urged to start preparing for the drought that will commence next year and into 2025. President of Farmers and Settlers Association, Wilson Thompson, revealed that following the declaration, the agency responsible is yet to act or announce any strategy to address this issue.
A situation where the National Weather Service in PNG has been giving out warnings for almost a year regarding the weather patterns, the climate change, and that warning it has been saying that there will be a drought and it will affect food supply as well as water supply. But as usual, we are not having the responsible state agencies within the agriculture and livestock, as well as community development and women affairs, provincial affairs, the National Disaster and Emergency Services.
President Thompson has called on farmers to start planting drought-resistant food crops to prepare for the possible drought.
So this is my call out that since these agencies are not taking any action, so I'm not aware of what they are doing, I'm asking you, the growers and the farmers, to take note of that and start growing your food, utilizing the seeds like drought-resistant varieties that we have from Nari or from there, like the yams, taro, cassava, kapiak, the mosan kumu, and others that you are aware of in your own communities.
According to the National Weather Service, the dry period the country will be experiencing is labeled as hydrological drought, where the low water supply becomes evident. It was in September that the National Weather Service announced that contingency plans are in place. However, they await the national government to provide funding to address this national disaster. El Nino is the warming of the ocean surface or above average sea surface temperature. The last time PNG experienced El Nino was in 2015.
National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National Emtv News. In a powerful address to prominent women leaders today, the Governor of the National Capital District and Chairman of Gender Equality and Women Empowerment, Powes Pakop, emphasized his commitment to supporting women in advocating for crucial issues.
Prominent women leaders from diverse backgrounds across Papua New Guinea convened at the Women in Leadership retreat today. Their shared purpose was to champion change and advocate for a society that is more inclusive and equitable, where women are not only encouraged to lead, but are also empowered to thrive.
Governor Pakop made it clear that he has been entrusted with the mandate to champion gender equality, women's empowerment, women's political participation, and the eradication of gender-based violence.
GBV is only a symptoms. Of course, we've got to address both, but we have to shift the narrative and discussion. This is what the mandate, I believe, my committee and Governor is a member of our committee, that we, have oversight over, and we got to do what we have to do in order to advance the discussion, narrative, and of course, more importantly, action. We can't just keep on talking.
Governor Pakop said the government have not neglected the concern about gender-based violence. However, the parliament has identified that the core issue is equality.
The previous committee was a special committee. So special committee only is alive until we have fulfill our terms of reference. That's it. And either we fulfill our terms of reference and we come to an end, or the parliament ends and it brings the committee to an end. So the committee, I tried to make it keep on working. We've got another inquiry, and we got another inquiry. So instead of becoming just a special committee, we went as far as the term of the parliament. So when that parliament ended, the special committee ended. So now the parliament has made a decision that this will be a permanent committee. So
Pakop also said the government have made Gender Equality and Women Empowerment Parliamentary Committee permanent. The Gender Equality and Women Empowerment Parliamentary Committee calls upon all stakeholders, including government, civil society, and the private sector, to join in this important endeavor for women and girls to realize their full potential. Louis Maingu, National Emtv News.
The United Labour Party has announced its support and commitment to support the work of Parliamentary Committee on the Election and anticipate having a permanent committee so recommendations are implemented and Parliament have oversight of the election system. This was revealed when the party observed its 4th year anniversary.
In a statement, the Bulolo member, Sam Basil Jr., highlighted that under the leadership of Connie Iguan, the party has focused on addressing critical issues and opportunities confronting the party. This includes pushing for political and elections reform that will enhance and promote political parties as unit of representation. Mr. Basil further encourages for a party-based political engagement in terms of policy alignment and introductions of policies and legislations. He further stated that the party will be supporting the recommendations of the CLRC review on system of government and political system and also the amendment to the organic law on the integrity of political parties and candidates, where candidates in LLG should be endorsed by parties, so to have a party-based system from the council to the parliament. He further highlighted that the party will be supporting the work of the Parliamentary Committee on Election and anticipates having a permanent committee, so recommendations are implemented in Parliament have oversight of the election system. Mr. Basil then made a call to the Electoral Commission that they must go by dates to run the LLG elections, highlighting that PNG cannot afford to have elections delayed. He added that the Electoral Commission must fix the ward rolls, gazette polling station, display ward rolls for objections as required by law, and deliver the election. Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
The International Container Terminal Services South Pacific Limited signed a new agreement with the Maritime and Transport Workers Union at the Stanley Hotel in Port Moresby today. The signing of the new ICTSI South Pacific Industrial Agreement 2023 to 2026 was specifically for stevedoring and handling workers and other support services, employees' benefits and future training opportunities.
As one of the world's leading port and terminal operators and PNG's largest port company, International Container Terminal Services South Pacific Limited focuses on serving the mineral, fishing and agriculture industries in the country and internationally through its shipping services. Today saw a partnership agreement signing between the port company and the Maritime and Transport Workers Union aimed at improving employee benefits, framework of company terms and conditions in the workplace, and to detailed training programs focusing on multitasking and building the operator's capacity.
Many benefits apart from the usual wages. There's medical cover for all staff and for family members, transportation to and from the terminals, meals provided on site, and the normal sick leave, compassionate leave, annual leave allowances.
The agreement covers two of the company's largest port terminals, Motuke in the Central Province and Ley in the Morobe Province. It is a 3-year agreement between the port company and the union and would be reviewed in 2027 for further possibilities. CEO of the porting company, Robert Maxwell, emphasized on the newly signed agreement.
I'd like to thank very much the members of the Maritime and Transport Workers Union for the collaboration over the past months in arriving at this milestone industrial agreement 2023, which is a 3-year agreement between the employer and the employees for the framework for terms and conditions in the workplace in the 2 largest international terminals in the country.
There are currently 450 workers in both the Lae and Motuke port terminals, and this agreement covers 3/4 of the employees in both terminals.
Combined, that's 450 Papua New Guineans across Lae and Motuke, and this agreement covers over 3/4 of them.
Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
The people of Kintinu village in Lower Bena in Goroka Eastern Highlands province witnessed the opening of the new Stony transit home recently.
Member for Ungai Bena, Kino Kafeo, who was present at the opening, said PNG has a huge potential in the tourism industry. This can contribute immensely to the economy and transform the living standards. But the behavior of people is one of the biggest problems in society today. Mr. Feo added that tourism is an untied sector that needs collective efforts to grow an inclusive and sustainable industry that can contribute significantly to the growth of the country.
Guest house industry and big blah. Tourism industry and big blah. Yeah, big blah opportunities there. So land blow, no place law. Penny footsteps law, young man lawyer, law walking one can passing. The threatening. When a big man put him you logan up. And good love you stop. But you man but touch him and make it even better. Old man travel highway, especially Umaland stop highway. And highway road there. Car bago, plan man bago. Kind of opportunities stop or non stop. And now you advertising that's like all tourist white man but like local stop local authentic places. We'll get usually stop 5-star good hotel but this law way. And traditional contemporary one time mix one time yeah. And good opportunity local experience and cultural local now.
The owner of Stony Transit Home, Mr. Hilton Trika, said the transit home will create job opportunities and create avenues for locals in the agriculture space.
We can do something out of our place. We don't need to go into town to invest. Coming from a background where place to me salim tapiok na kauko na pinat na konta solo by school fee na logo chuma mangi. I'm making the something do that is helping more mama for me place. So the time one comes to a more company in Kaikebro instead of sit down close to 8, 9, 10 hours lo highway na dust na kind of same bagarapi more. Open casta isi do not market.
MP Feo, impressed with the setup of the transit home and its natural surroundings, promised that his District Development Authority members will support Stony Transit Home in any form of assistance, as such initiative is in line with its 5-year development plan and the Community Beautification Program. Amanda Ilaitia, National Emtv News.
And now looking at the Nest Fund market report, the Kina closed unchanged at $0.2695 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, Yokina was buying $0.2620 $0.4090 Australian dollars, €0.2381 euro, 39.33 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York closed, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copra closed higher, palm oil closed higher, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, and the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National Emtv News. Kokoda Track has been closed as of today. This announcement was made by Kagi Ward 21 Chairman John Niven yesterday at 14 Mile during a press conference recently.
According to John Niven, the Kokoda Track was closed as of yesterday and will remain closed for an indefinite period until Prime Minister James Marape responds to their petition handed over to him by the Minister for State Enterprises, William Duma.
Query, the last, how many trips? Now we go to Kokoda Track Authority office and I advise the executives there that the Kokoda Track will be closed. And we are very sorry that our Sambla trackers, the last trips are going to be affected.
However, according to the Chief Executive Officer for Kokoda Track Authority, Julius Wargirai, the track is not closed nor shut and it is still operational. However, he advised this newsroom that trekking has been suspended for an indefinite period due to flooding up in the mountains. The CEO has called on the concerned locals talking about shutting down the track to come forward and resolve this issue. Gladys Kila, National Emtv News.
18 women from different age groups were certified today after in basic sewing at Teladi Nazareth Training Center in Port Moresby today. All participants were from the Moresby South Electorate.
These 18 women, when enrolling, had little knowledge of what sewing could offer. It was a life-changing moment. During the 2 months course, these women have discovered the wonders of sewing. According to Sister Lucy Kamiring, director of the Nazareth Training Center, they train mothers and young girls, providing them a second chance in life with basic skills they can put to use to sustain their families in the long run.
With Giniguada, they really encourage us to start a training for the development of women and youth, especially for Moresby South, because Carol Cado that time, Giniguada is stand strong. So they really want to help women, to develop women.
She said, although she is not from Papua New Guinea but a Filipino national, she has a big heart for these mothers and girls in the country, especially in terms of imparting knowledge to women. The Tela di Nazareth College offers courses such as basic sewing and cookery that runs for different durations. These women were trained under the instruction of Sister Lucy Kamirin, Mata Koi, Kum Ragagalo, and Sister Guyen Tikim T. Sister Kamirin highlighted that many women who have undergone these courses have become experts and successful individuals operating small catering services, tapping into a baking business, and own garment shops.
Be independent. And they are very happy because through the skills, they were able to help their husband financially, help their family.
Out of the 18 women, 12 were sponsored by the Central Provincial Government under the leadership of Governor Rufina Peter. Gladys Kila, National Emtv News.
National Emtv News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. According to the Games Organizing Committee ticketing officers, the last batch of tickets for the opening ceremony for the 2023 Pacific Games had been dispatched and sold out yesterday afternoon. The opening ceremony will be on Sunday, the 19th of November at the Solomon Islands National Stadium in Honiara. Games will kickstart on the 17th of November for the preliminary matches and end on the 2nd of December. Rotary Boroko raised around 250,000 kina from the recent Melbourne Cup fundraiser hosted at the Hilton Hotel last Tuesday. Funds raised will go towards supporting community projects in the country.
Place a bet, please go and see.
Supporting local communities, schools, individuals living with special needs, the prisoners, and help build community projects in the country is Rotary Boroko Club. This week on Tuesday, Rotary Boroko hosted its second Melbourne Cup event to raise funds to support its community projects around the country. The fundraiser saw various events organized by Rotary Boroko to keep its customers happy while waiting for the race that stops the nation to begin. Other activities also took place during the fundraiser, such as a fashion show, ticket draw sales for prizes, auctions of certain things, and others.
Just what Rotary does, which has brought all of us together and become a winner to serve our fellow human beings and build a brighter future. The Rotary Club of Boroko is deeply committed to make a positive impact in our community for the last 50 years. So it is a great privilege to be part of the club, and we are also privileged that all of you have also been so committed and making this a successful event year after year.
He added that this event will go a long way into supporting schools that urgently need desks for their classrooms, hygiene and sanitation projects, mosquito nets, projects to combat malaria, their wheelchair donation, and other community support projects.
School desk project. We have distributed more than 700 school desks so far in this year, from 2022 to 2023. The other project which the club really looks at is water and sanitation. We have successfully completed the Sogeri and Yarawari Community School water upgradation for the school, the health center, the police, and the surrounding community. We put in a 80,000 liter tank and up on the mountain, and through just the gravity feed and reticulation, most of this community is getting good potable clean water.
Around 250,000 kina was raised from the Melbourne Cup, where these funds will go into supporting Rotary Boroko's community projects in the country. Rotary Boroko also supports schools with water projects and other programs for high schools in Central and NCD provinces, respectively.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
Weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern region, Port Moresby and Daru mostly fine. Kerema partly cloudy. Halata and Popondetta cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. In the Momase region, Ley cloudy periods with few showers tonight. Medang, Wewak and Vanimo cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. In the New Guinea Islands region, all centers cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg, cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorm.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Friday, the 10th of November 2023. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Paradise Foods, celebrating 90 years in PNG.